that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Oh no, I fell. I fell. Help! Huh? Okay. Dive one in. Oh my. That bass is creeping me out. It's kind of reminding me of a Half-Life style game down there. I can't get out. Okay, let me out. Ooh, this way. Okay.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Okay.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
So this dude's a realist. He doesn't like to beat around the bush, I guess.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Here we go.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Alright. Oh boy.
Here,
You
Coda
there.
begins
Did you come
using a
from
kind
above?
of dialogue system
What was up
that he
there?
fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Alright. You there, did you come up from above? What was up there? Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. Yes, I spent hours in an enormous prison. Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Floating blocks. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? I prefer not to... No. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. You don't? Then how did you get here? The puzzle is the only way. There are many ways out. There are? But please, you must tell me. You must tell us. You don't understand. We have to get out of here. It's the most important thing. We have to get out of this prison. Can you hear me? Can you tell me to get this to end? Bye, fam. What? Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? No, I've been right here this entire time. I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved. You can sit in the black space in the middle. Why would I sit in the black space? Oh, it's plenty peaceful. It may not seem that way at first, but you come to think so in time. Eventually. I want my narrator back.
And so
I'm
we
freaking
make
out.
one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Hey, it looks just like the title card for the game.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Alright. April 2009. So each of our goals in this next game, we have to get to that lamppost. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Nice room. Not. Oh, that's not very nice.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game
How do
is
you
not
beat this
connected
game?
to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written
No point
by
to this.
Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a
Whoa.
weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this
Whoa.
very level, and it was just so different from anything
Can
that
you guys
anyone
hear
else
me?
was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
Hello?
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit
Reasonable.
too pushy, trying to get his attention. I
Everyone
was over
read this.
enthusiastic. But he was very gracious
Hey.
about it and very patient with me.
Yeah.
And I cooled off a bit.
Yeah. Headphones are killing me.
Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way,
Okay.
to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no
I'll
way
tell
to
you a secret.
express
Once
them
upon a time, I
except
did.
as scattered and unheard
Define
voices in
fun.
a game that wasn't meant to be played.
I'm king of the world. Alright, just hop off.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect
Barfrost
with him.
snow.
And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the
Too much.
messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
Nope, can't jump down there.
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Don't listen to that guy. It's a free t-shirt. Door how open? Open sesame. Makes game includes door. Can't open door. Thanks. I think I'm not going anywhere. I need someone to talk to. This is a note? I want to set a note. How do I set a note? I don't think I can. I'm sad. I'm not safe. Whoever made this has issues. Yeah, you're right. This guy probably has a lot of issues. Who are all of you? Okay, I wish I could sprint or something. But I guess it's kind of take away from the atmosphere of the game. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. Huh? Did I beat the game?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here, to step back and connect the pieces together, to grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Okay, so I'm starting to kind of get the point of this room. How I was in that court-looking office earlier. They talked about it being peaceful in here. We leave that part of our life behind, and this is that transitioning point before entering a new part of your life. We're not just skipping between the two. We have this period of solitude or thinking in between. This game has got me super philosophical and I don't like it.